Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we are exploring the 5 most valuable and expensive United States ultra-rare wheat pennies, coins that look ordinary at first glance, but can be worth thousands of dollars in today's market. These historic cents carry incredible stories, condition-driven rarity, and strong collector demand, making them prized treasures for serious coin enthusiasts and an exciting discovery for anyone who wants to understand what truly makes a wheat penny valuable. First up, we're talking about the most valuable and ultra-rare, the 1926 Lincoln wheat penny, without a mint mark, stands as a captivating and highly sought-after treasure in the world of United States numismatics, drawing in collectors who are fascinated by early 20th century coinage and the stories hidden within everyday money. Struck at the Philadelphia Mint, this coin represents a period when pennies still carried significant purchasing power and were a true part of daily American life. What elevates the 1926 no-mint mark wheat penny beyond an ordinary cent is the way condition, originality, and eye appeal transform it into a prized collectible, especially in higher grades where its warm copper surfaces and sharp details ignite strong demand and competitive bidding. To fully appreciate this coin, it is essential to understand its historical context and the era that produced it. The 1926 wheat penny was minted during a time of economic growth and cultural change in the United States, just a few years before the Great Depression would reshape the nation. As part of the long-running Lincoln Wheat Cent series introduced in 1909 to honor the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, this coin served both as everyday currency and as a symbol of national pride. Produced in Philadelphia, it carries no mint mark, a detail that connects it directly to the primary mint of the nation and positions it as a tangible connection to America's interwar period. The design of the 1926 wheat penny is one of the most iconic in American coinage, contributing greatly to its enduring appeal. The obverse features Victor David Brenner's dignified portrait of Abraham Lincoln, a design celebrated for its realism and quiet strength, with the inscriptions "In God We Trust, Liberty," and the date arranged in a balanced and recognizable layout. On the reverse, the twin wheat ears framing the words 1 cent and United States of America symbolize agricultural prosperity and national stability. Struck in 95% copper, the coin weighs 3.11 grams and measures 19 millimeters, and in uncirculated condition, its original red or red-brown surfaces can be especially stunning to behold. While the 1926 no-mint mark wheat penny is not rare in low grades, its true scarcity emerges when condition is taken into account. Millions were struck, but the vast majority entered circulation and remained there for decades, leading to heavy wear, surface marks, and discoloration. Finding examples with sharp details, full wheat lines, and minimal contact marks is surprisingly difficult, and coins graded mint state, particularly MS64 and above, are genuinely scarce. This condition rarity is the primary driver behind the coin's desirability, as collectors compete for the finest surviving examples that have avoided the ravages of time and handling. Market value for the 1926 wheat penny without a mint mark varies dramatically based on condition, making it an exciting target for both seasoned collectors and careful hunters. Well-worn examples may trade for modest amounts, but coins in strong uncirculated condition can command impressive prices. Certified examples in higher mint state grades have been known to sell in the range of approximately $1,000 to $8,000, depending on color designation, surface quality, and overall eye appeal. Auction results consistently show that collectors are willing to pay a premium for coins that combine originality, sharp strike, and attractive copper tone, reflecting steady appreciation over time. For collectors interested in adding this coin to their collection, careful strategy is essential. Prioritizing certified coins from reputable grading services helps ensure authenticity and accurate assessment of condition, especially given how sensitive value is to small differences in grade. Examining coins closely for signs of cleaning, damage, or artificial color is critical, as these issues can significantly reduce value. Purchasing from established dealers, major auctions, or trusted numismatic platforms provides added confidence, while proper storage in protective holders helps preserve the coin's surfaces and long-term appeal. Beyond its monetary worth, the 1926 no-mint mark wheat penny offers a deeper emotional and historical appeal that resonates strongly with numismatic enthusiasts. Holding this coin is like holding a small piece of American history, one that circulated through a dynamic decade filled with optimism, innovation, and change. Its design, metal composition, and survival story combine to create a powerful sense of continuity between past and present, which is a major reason collectors continue to pursue it with passion. What truly sets the 1926 wheat penny without a mint mark apart is how it represents the perfect balance between accessibility and elite rarity, a coin that many collectors recognize, yet few ever own in top condition. As demand continues to grow for early Lincoln cents with original surfaces and strong eye appeal, this date has quietly strengthened its reputation as a sleeper issue with serious upside among knowledgeable numismatists. The 1926 Lincoln wheat penny struck at Philadelphia without a mint mark represents a compelling blend of history, artistry, and condition-driven rarity. Its status as a prized treasure is reinforced by strong collector demand, impressive market values in top grades, and its unmistakable connection to America's past. For those who appreciate classic United States coinage, this penny is far more than a single cent. It is a rewarding collectible and a lasting symbol of why wheat pennies continue to captivate enthusiasts around the world. And secondly, we are taking a deep dive into one of the most surprising and misunderstood Lincoln wheat pennies ever struck, the 1951 wheat penny with the Denver D mint mark, a coin that at first glance looks ordinary, yet in the right condition can command serious money and intense collector attention. The 1951 D wheat penny holds a special place in the Lincoln cent series because it comes from the final decade of wheat penny production, a period when quality, mintage numbers, and post-war economic conditions combined to create coins that were widely circulated but rarely preserved in top condition. While millions were produced at the Denver Mint, most entered daily commerce and suffered heavy wear, making high-grade survivors especially desirable today. Collectors are drawn to this coin not because it is flashy or famous, but because it represents a challenge, finding a well-preserved example that has escaped decades of circulation and mishandling. To fully understand the importance of the 1951 D wheat penny, it helps to look at the historical context of the year itself. The United States was in the midst of post-World War II recovery, with rising consumer spending and increased coin usage across the country. The Denver Mint was operating at high capacity, striking cents rapidly to meet demand, often sacrificing strike sharpness and surface quality in the process. This fast-paced production environment means that truly well-struck, clean examples from 1951 are far scarcer than the raw mintage figures would suggest, especially when compared to earlier wheat pennies. Design-wise, the 1951 D wheat penny features the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, designed by Victor D. Brenner, with crisp details in Lincoln's hair, beard, and coat being critical indicators of quality. The Denver D mint mark appears just below the date, a small detail that carries major significance for collectors. On the reverse, the classic twin wheat ears frame the words 1 cent and United States of America, with e pluribus unum above. In high-grade examples, the wheat lines are sharp and full, and the fields appear smooth and reflective, features that are rarely seen together on this issue. Rarity is where the story of the 1951 D wheat penny becomes truly compelling. While worn examples are common, coins that survive in mint state, especially with strong luster and minimal contact marks, are exceptionally difficult to locate. Red-colored examples, those that retain their original copper brilliance, are the rarest of all, as copper naturally darkens over time. Many coins were improperly stored, cleaned, or damaged, drastically reducing the population of high-quality survivors and pushing demand higher for certified examples. Collector demand for the 1951 D wheat penny has steadily increased, particularly among registry set builders and serious Lincoln cent specialists. This coin stands out within the wheat penny series because it sits at the intersection of high mintage and low survival in premium condition. It is a date that challenges collectors to upgrade repeatedly, as moving from a brown example to red-brown, and then to a full red specimen, can mean a dramatic jump in both rarity and value. That pursuit is exactly what fuels long-term demand and strong auction results. When it comes to market value, the difference condition makes is dramatic. Circulated examples typically trade for just a few cents to a couple of dollars, but once you move into uncirculated territory, prices rise quickly. Mint state brown examples can range from around $20 to $50 depending on grade, while red-brown examples often sell between $75 and $200. Fully red, high-grade examples are where the real money appears, with certified coins in MS-67 red and above reaching into the thousands of dollars, and record-setting specimens commanding even higher prices when they appear at major auctions. For collectors hoping to add a 1951D wheat penny to their collection, condition should always be the top priority. Focus on coins with strong original luster, minimal spotting, and no signs of cleaning, as altered surfaces can destroy value instantly. Professional grading from reputable services is highly recommended for higher-end examples, especially red and red-brown coins. Searching old collections, estate holdings, and unsearched rolls can still yield surprises, but patience and careful inspection are essential. Another reason the 1951D wheat penny continues to attract serious attention is the way it reflects the broader story of mid-century American coinage, where mass production met everyday use, leaving very few pristine survivors behind. Coins from this era were rarely saved with collecting in mind, and most people saw pennies simply as tools of commerce rather than future collectibles. This reality adds to the appeal of the 1951D issue, because every high-grade example represents a rare exception to the norm, a coin that somehow avoided years of circulation, exposure, and improper storage. For collectors, owning one is not just about value, but about preserving a small, untouched piece of American economic history from a transformative period. What truly elevates the 1951D wheat penny is how it rewards knowledge and patience in the modern market. Unlike headline-grabbing rarities, its value is driven by subtle details such as strike quality, surface preservation, and original color, factors that experienced collectors understand deeply. As demand for top-tier Lincoln cents continues to grow, especially among registry-set competitors, premium examples of this coin are likely to remain highly sought after. This makes the 1951D wheat penny not only a compelling collectible, but also a reminder that within the vast world of U.S. coinage, some of the most valuable pieces are those that quietly survived against the odds. The 1951D wheat penny is a perfect example of how an everyday coin can transform into a high-value collectible under the right circumstances. Its historical context, classic design, and extreme condition rarity make it a standout within the wheat penny series and a rewarding target for both new and seasoned collectors. As we wrap up this episode, keep watching because up next we are moving on to another incredible wheat penny that proves once again that hidden treasures may already be sitting in your pocket or collection, waiting to be discovered. And thirdly, we're exploring the most valuable and expensive United States ultra-rare wheat penny is not always the one that shines, and the 1942 wheat penny with no mint mark proves that in the most unsettling way. This is a coin that looks old, scratched, darkened, and tired, the kind of penny most people would ignore or throw into a jar without a second thought. Yet this exact coin, struck in the middle of a nation at war, carries a hidden potential that has shocked collectors and stunned auction rooms. What appears damaged and ugly on the surface can, under the right circumstances, represent extreme money, not because it is beautiful, but because it survived when millions did not. This is the kind of coin that rewrites everything people think they know about value. The year 1942 was one of pressure, urgency, and sacrifice in the United States. The country was fully engaged in World War II, and every industry was pushed to its limits, including the United States Mint. Copper was a strategic metal needed for ammunition, wiring, and military equipment, and its rising cost placed enormous strain on coin production. Inflation concerns, material shortages, and non-stop demand for small change created an environment where speed mattered more than perfection. Coins were struck quickly, dies wore out faster, and quality control took a back seat to volume. Every 1942 wheat penny carries the weight of that moment, and those that show heavy wear and damage often reflect the intensity of the era in which they circulated. The 1942 wheat penny without a mint mark was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which traditionally did not use a mint mark during this period. Over 650 million of these pennies were produced, a number that sounds enormous and misleading at first glance. High mintage figures often create the illusion of worthlessness, but in reality, mintage only tells part of the story. What matters is how many coins survived decades of circulation, war-era usage, metal stress, and environmental exposure. When a coin from such a massive mintage survives in an unusual, heavily worn, or anomalous state, it can become far rarer than pristine examples that sat untouched in collections. This particular 1942 wheat penny tells its story through damage rather than shine. Deep scratches cut across the surface. The once bright copper has darkened into uneven brown and black tones, and the details of Lincoln's portrait show flattening from decades of handling. There may be corrosion along the edges, discoloration in the fields, or even rough texture from environmental exposure. To an untrained eye, this looks like destruction. To a serious collector, this damage is evidence of survival, proof that the coin lived through wartime circulation, pocket to pocket, generation to generation, carrying history in every scar. Modern collectors are no longer chasing perfection alone. There is a growing niche demand for coins that look extreme, damaged, or visually shocking because they tell stories that flawless coins cannot. These pieces trigger emotion, curiosity, and imagination. A scratched 1942 wheat penny forces a collector to ask where it has been, who carried it, and what moments it witnessed. Survival rarity, not technical condition, drives demand in this niche. When a coin looks like it should not exist anymore, yet does, it becomes a one-of-a-kind artifact rather than just another date in a collection. The 1942 wheat penny is also known for unusual traits and anomalies that can dramatically alter its value. Wartime production stress led to die deterioration, weak strikes, lamination flaws, and surface irregularities. Some coins exhibit planchet defects caused by improper metal mixing or rolling errors, while others show environmental reactions unique to wartime copper alloys. In rare cases, unusual surface textures or metal behavior can suggest experimental conditions or abnormal storage environments. Even speculative anomalies, when supported by visual evidence, can ignite collector interest and push a coin into an entirely different value category. Auction behavior in today's market has changed the rules entirely. Social media exposure, viral videos, and emotional storytelling now drive bidding wars that ignore traditional price guides. A heavily damaged but visually dramatic 1942 wheat penny, presented with strong historical context and professional photography, can attract bidders who are not just buying a coin, but buying a story. Specialty auctions that focus on errors, oddities, and extreme survivors often see prices climb rapidly as collectors compete for something no one else can own. Under extreme conditions, the value potential of a coin like this becomes startling. While most 1942 wheat pennies trade for modest amounts, a uniquely damaged, visually striking example with compelling anomalies and provenance could, in theory, achieve a shocking six-figure result at a high-profile auction. This is not typical and not guaranteed, but history has shown that uniqueness, presentation, and emotional competition can override logic. When two or more collectors decide they must own the same survivor, price becomes secondary to possession. The true power of a damaged 1942 wheat penny lies in how it disrupts expectations within the numismatic world. Collectors who have spent decades studying coins understand that perfection can be replicated, but genuine character cannot. A heavily worn, scratched, or corroded wartime penny becomes a physical record of national stress, economic urgency, and human movement. Every gouge and faded letter suggests years of circulation when coins were tools, not collectibles. In advanced collections, such a coin is often displayed not as a failure of preservation, but as evidence of endurance. Its visual intensity commands attention in a way that a clean example never will, forcing viewers to confront the reality of history rather than an idealized version of it. For viewers and collectors alike, this is where the mystery deepens and the opportunity begins. Countless 1942 wheat pennies still sit unnoticed in drawers, jars, and inherited collections, dismissed because they look ugly or damaged. Yet within that overlooked category lies the potential for rare anomalies, unusual surface behavior, and survival traits that can separate an ordinary coin from an extraordinary one. The 1942 no-mint mark wheat penny stands as a reminder that coin collecting is not about perfection alone. It is about history, endurance, and unpredictability. Some of the most valuable coins in existence look broken, worn, or ruined, yet they carry stories no mint-state piece ever could. Before dismissing an old, scratched penny as worthless, look closer. In its damage may be the very reason it matters, and in its survival may lie a value that few ever expect. And fourthly, we're going to explore the most valuable and expensive United States ultra-rare, the 1939 wheat penny, without a mint mark, is one of those coins that looks ordinary at first glance, yet sits at the center of serious conversations among collectors who understand how value is truly created in the coin market. Struck at the Philadelphia Mint during a period when the world was standing on the edge of World War II, this penny represents a turning point in American history. Millions were produced, but only a tiny fraction survived in pristine condition, and an even smaller number carry the specific qualities that drive extreme value today. This is where the story shifts from a simple 1-cent coin to a highly desirable collectible that can command staggering prices under the right circumstances. What makes the 1939 no-mint Mark Wheat penny especially compelling is that its value is not driven by hype alone, but by a combination of condition, strike quality, and scarcity at the highest grading levels. Most examples were heavily circulated during the late 1930s and 1940s, meaning they picked up where quickly. Finding one with sharp details, full wheat lines, clean fields, and original red luster is exceptionally difficult. Coins graded MS67 red or higher by professional grading services are considered elite, and these are the coins that have reached eye-opening prices at major auctions. The design itself plays an important role in collector appeal. The obverse features Abraham Lincoln, a symbol of American resilience and unity, while the reverse wheat ears reflect the nation's agricultural roots during a challenging economic era. In 1939, the United States was emerging from the Great Depression, and everyday coins like this penny were used constantly. That heavy use is exactly why top-condition survivors are so rare today. Every mark, scratch, or dull surface removes a coin from the highest value tier, leaving only a handful that qualify as true standouts. When it comes to market value, this is where the 1939 no-mint Mark Wheat penny becomes truly fascinating. In circulated condition, it is common and affordable, but once you step into high mint state territory, the numbers rise dramatically. Certified examples in MS66 red have sold for several $1,000s, while MS67 red coins have crossed into the tens of thousands. In exceptional cases where appeal, color, and strike quality align perfectly, auction prices have surged even higher, proving how condition alone can transform a simple penny into a major asset. Collectors and investors chase this coin not because it is flashy, but because it is quietly rare where it matters most. Registry set collectors, who compete to assemble the finest graded collections possible, aggressively pursue top population coins like this. When only a few examples exist at the highest grade, bidding wars can erupt, driving values to levels that surprise even experienced numismatists. This intense demand at the top end is what fuels the idea that overlooked coins can hold extraordinary wealth. Another critical factor is originality. Coins that have never been cleaned, polished, or altered are far more valuable than those that have been tampered with. Many 1939 wheat pennies were cleaned decades ago by well-meaning owners, permanently damaging their surfaces and destroying potential value. An untouched coin with natural toning or blazing red color stands apart instantly in the eyes of experts, and that difference can mean thousands or even tens of thousands of dollars. The long-term appeal of the 1939 wheat penny also lies in its historical stability. Wheat cents remain one of the most widely collected series in U.S. numismatics, attracting beginners and advanced collectors alike. This broad interest creates a strong, consistent market. As top-grade examples are locked away in private collections, availability becomes even tighter, adding pressure to prices whenever one appears for sale. Stories of valuable coins being discovered in old jars, drawers, and collections are not myths, but they are rooted in one important truth. Knowledge separates ordinary finds from extraordinary ones. Many people overlook coins because they assume age alone determines value. In reality, condition, rarity at grade level, and market demand matter far more. A well-preserved 1939 wheat penny can be worth exponentially more than dozens of older but worn coins combined. This is why taking time to carefully examine your coins matters. Look closely at the surfaces, the sharpness of the details, and the overall color. A bright red, sharply struck penny with minimal marks deserves professional evaluation. Certification not only protects the coin, but also unlocks its full market potential by giving buyers confidence in what they are purchasing. The fascination with coins like the 1939 no-mint Mark Wheat penny comes from their hidden power. They remind collectors that value is not always loud or obvious. Sometimes it sits quietly in a small copper disc that passed through countless hands decades ago, waiting for someone to recognize what makes it special. That sense of discovery is what keeps people searching and learning. One of the most overlooked aspects of the 1939 no-mint mark wheat penny is how dramatically small visual differences can impact its final value. Two coins from the same year can appear nearly identical to the untrained eye, yet one may be worth a few cents while the other commands a five-figure price. Minute details such as razor-sharp lettering, full separation in the wheat stalks, and a smooth, undisturbed surface can elevate a coin into a completely different category. Collectors pay a premium for coins that look exactly as they did when they left the mint, untouched by circulation and free from dullness or spotting. Another reason this coin continues to gain attention is the shrinking supply of top-grade examples over time. Every year, more coins are lost, damaged, or improperly cleaned, while demand from serious collectors continues to rise. High-grade 1939 wheat pennies are no longer being discovered in large quantities, and most known elite examples are already certified and tightly held. When one surfaces at auction, it often attracts global interest, pushing prices higher and reinforcing the idea that truly exceptional coins behave more like rare art than loose change. What ultimately makes the 1939 wheat penny so captivating is the possibility it represents for everyday people. It reminds collectors that historic wealth is not limited to gold bars or luxury assets. Sometimes it is hidden in a small copper coin that survived decades of use and neglect. For those willing to learn, inspect, and preserve what they find, coins like this offer a powerful lesson. Extraordinary value can exist in the most ordinary places, and recognizing it can turn a forgotten penny into a remarkable piece of American numismatic history. As we explore the most expensive United States coins on the market today, the 1939 wheat penny stands as a perfect example of how ordinary history can become extraordinary wealth under the right conditions. It is not just a piece of metal, but a survivor of its time, shaped by history and refined by rarity. And that is exactly why, if you have one tucked away, it might be worth far more than you ever imagined. And at the end, we're exploring the most rare and valuable, the 1940 Lincoln wheat penny without a mint mark, a seemingly common date from the beloved series, holds within its humble copper alloy frame a secret that captivates enthusiasts and represents one of the most fascinating and highly sought-after condition rarities in all of American numismatics. While millions were struck at the Philadelphia Mint, the true prize lies in a minuscule number of specimens that miraculously survived the ensuing decades in a state of pristine, flawless perfection. This coin's immense appeal stems not from a dramatic minting error or a low mintage figure, but from the extraordinary challenge of finding it in gem-uncirculated condition, a pursuit that has cemented its status as a legendary and prized treasure among advanced collectors who seek the absolute pinnacle of quality within the series. The fervent market demand for this coin in top grades is a testament to its elusive nature, transforming it from everyday change into a centerpiece of a world-class collection. The 1940 penny emerges from a nation perched on the brink of global conflict, a final moment of relative peace before the full mobilization of World War II would forever alter the coinage metals and focus of the United States Mint. Struck exclusively at the main Philadelphia Mint, which traditionally did not place a mint mark on its coins during this period, this issue was produced in vast quantities for general circulation, intended to fuel a recovering economy. Its role within the wheat penny series is that of a late pre-war issue, representing the end of an era of stable, traditional coinage composition before the urgent shifts to wartime materials. As a tangible connection to the past, it carries the iconic Victor David Brenner designs that Americans had known for over 3 decades, a familiar and comforting symbol in everyday life just before the nation embarked on its monumental wartime efforts, making a pristine example a silent witness to the closing chapter of America's numismatic normalcy. The unique features of this coin are embodied in the enduring artistry of its design. The obverse features the noble profile of President Abraham Lincoln, a portrait that had graced the cent since 1909, surrounded by the inscriptions of "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the year 1940. The reverse showcases the iconic pair of wheat stalks encircling the denominations 1 cent and United States of America, symbolizing American agricultural prosperity. What makes the 1940 Philadelphia issue particularly desirable to specialists are the subtle, sharp design details visible only on the finest specimens. The full separation of the wheat kernels on the reverse, the intricate lines in Lincoln's hair and coat, and the sharp definition of the lettering. In gem-uncirculated condition, the coin's original luster is a captivating sight, ranging from a satiny, delicate sheen to a brilliant, flashy finish that dances under light, highlighting the artistic merit of Brenner's classic work in a way that circulated coins simply cannot. The paramount factor defining this coin's elite status is its extreme rarity in superb condition, specifically in grades of MS 66 red and above, with the pinnacle being the elusive MS 67 plus red and MS 68 red. While over 586 million pieces were minted, the vast majority entered circulation and were worn down through commerce. The number that were carefully preserved at the time of issue by savvy individuals or in mint bags was itself very small, and the subsequent decades took a further toll through improper storage, cleaning, or environmental damage. Consequently, finding a 1940 cent with full, original mint red color, absolutely flawless surfaces, and razor-sharp strikes is a monumental challenge for collectors. Population reports from major grading services reveal that only a handful of coins have ever been certified at the very highest grades, making such examples many times rarer than key-date coins with lower mintages, but higher survival rates in top condition. This scarcity in pristine state is what drives intense collector demand and creates a monumental premium for perfection. The market value for the 1940 Philadelphia wheat penny in circulated grades is modest, but for the rare gem-quality examples, it ascends into the realm of significant numismatic treasure. A coin in a grade like MS 65 red, while still valuable, may trade in a range from several $100s. However, the truly exceptional specimens in MS 66 red can command prices from $1,000 to $2,500, depending on the quality of the color and surface preservation. The ultra-rare examples graded MS 67 red enter a different stratosphere, with auction results reliably ranging from $4,000 to $8,000 and potentially exceeding this for the finest known examples with phenomenal eye appeal. The factors boosting its value are directly tied to its condition rarity, historical significance as a pre-war gem, and breathtaking visual appeal when found with vibrant, original copper color. The market has shown a steady and strong appreciation for such quality, as the population of top-tier coins remains forever fixed, ensuring their status as blue-chip holdings in the numismatic marketplace. For collectors aspiring to acquire this remarkable condition rarity, several strategic tips are essential. Foremost, prioritizing professionally graded and certified coins by services like PCGS or NGC is non-negotiable. This guarantees authenticity, accurately assesses the condition, and verifies the all-important color designation of red. When evaluating a certified coin, look beyond the numeric grade to the coin itself. Seeking out pieces with even, vibrant red color, exceptional luster, and absolutely clean surfaces free of any distracting marks or spots. Purchases should be made through established, reputable auction houses or dealers with proven expertise in classic copper coinage. Once acquired, proper storage is critical. The coin must remain securely in its sonically sealed, inert plastic holder and be kept in a stable, cool, and dry environment to prevent any deterioration of its delicate surfaces or coveted color. Engaging with specialist collector communities and clubs focused on Lincoln cents can provide invaluable insights, help track market trends, and offer opportunities to acquire such coins when they infrequently appear. The enduring allure of the 1940 Philadelphia cent in its ultimate condition is further magnified by its role as a benchmark within the series, a coin that separates the casual collector from the dedicated connoisseur who appreciates the sheer difficulty of preservation in a metal as soft and susceptible to marks as copper. Its story is one of silent survival, where a coin produced amidst the clatter of immense minting presses had to evade not only the wear of commerce, but also the perils of decades of handling, environmental exposure, and the well-intentioned but damaging cleanings that have claimed countless other examples. This narrative of survival against the odds elevates it from a common date to a numismatic legend, making each superb example a singular artifact with its own unique journey. The excitement it generates in auctions and among specialist circles is palpable, a fervor driven by the knowledge that opportunities to acquire such a pristine pre-war gem are exceedingly rare, and each sale potentially sets a new standard for what is possible in the pursuit of perfection within the Lincoln cent series. The 1940 wheat penny without a mint mark stands as a powerful testament to the principle that rarity is defined not just by what was struck at the mint, but by what survived the passage of time in a state of flawless preservation. It represents a magnificent blend of accessible history, timeless artistry, and numismatic scarcity, reinforcing its status as a prized collectible that is as much a reward for the discerning eye as it is a strong long-term investment. For the dedicated numismatist, the pursuit of this coin in gem condition is a thrilling challenge, offering the chance to own a piece of pre-war America in a state of perfection that far surpasses what most people of that era ever held in their hands. Its lasting value and profound appeal to collectors worldwide are assured, making it a truly rewarding and prestigious centerpiece for any advanced collection of United States coinage.